All right, what's good? Here we are, 2024. Let's see how this pans out. And if you're watching this after the test, let's see how you went. And if not, hopefully this gets you ready for your upcoming exam. Let's do it. All right, question 1. If x is equal to minus 2.531, what is the value of x squared rounded to 2 decimal place? So that's pretty simple. So minus 2.531 all squared, that's not squared, is 6.05 or 6.405. So 2 decimal place, 6.1. All right, D, consider the function. We've got a linear graph. What could be the equation of the function? Okay, so I know it's got a y-intercept that's positive, and I know it's got a negative gradient. So it can't be this one, it can't be this one. I think it's going to be C, minus 2x plus 3. Shoppers are invited to complete an online survey. What type of sampling is this? Okay, because they're invited to complete a survey, it's either self-selecting, could be random, not really, stratified, not, systematic, no, so self-selecting, A. Okay, 4. A map shows regions within a country. A network diagram is drawn to represent the map. Vertices will be used to indicate each region, and edges will be used to represent a border shared between two regions. How many edges are in the network? How many edges are in there? Okay, so these represent vertices, and the edges represent how many borders it's got. So here it's got 2, so 2. That's sweet. There's one in between wooden mountains here, so there's got to be another one here. Woods has 2, so 2 there. Desert has 1, 2, and 3, so 1 there. Swamp has 1 edge, 2 edge, so 1 goes across here. So how many edges will there be? Okay, so there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm pretty sure. Or B. All right, question 5. Peers marks in year 10 assessments are shown. The score for each subject were normally distributed. So we've got English, math, science, and history, as you can see. In which subject did she perform best in? Okay, so for these ones, we're just looking for the highest Z score. So remember, the formula is Z x minus x bar, so mean, divided by standard deviation. So I'm just going to put these in one at a time. So 78 minus 66 over 6, that's 2. What's the next one? 80 minus 71 divided by 10, that's 0.9. 77 minus 70 over 10, that's 0.7. Then history is 85 minus 72 over 9, 1.4. Okay, so that's English. Simple. 6, consider the diagram. Which of the following is the correct expression for length x? All right, so we've got a right angle triangle. We've got adjacent hypotenuse. This will be cos 40 is equal to x over 20. So x is 20 cos 40. I think that's A. Question 7. 3 years ago, the price of a uniform was $180. Due to inflation, the price has increased by 2.5%. So what is the uniform now? So the price has increased, right? And it's inflation, which means it is compound interest. So 180, 1 plus 0.025 to the power of 3 years. 1 plus 1 plus 0.025 to the power of 3. So I think it's $193.84. Sweet, that's D. 8, a bill for servicing a car is made up of $242 parts, which includes 10% GST, and $100 for labor, excluding GST. The mechanic needs to add 10% GST onto the labor charge. How much does the GST cost in total? Okay, so $100 without labor. $100 of labor without GST. So we need to add 10% on, so it's going to be $10 of GST. But this 242 includes 10%. Okay, that 242 includes 10%. So the original price must have been 242 divided by 1.1. That's an increase of 10%. So 242 divided by 1.1 is 220. So therefore the GST must be the difference. So I think that's $22. Yeah. The 22 plus 10 is 32. So 8C. At 9, the time taken to paint a school varies inversely with the number of painters completing the task. It takes 6 painters a total of 20 days. How many days would it take 15 painters to paint the same school? Okay, so it varies inversely. T for time, P for painters. So T is equal to K over P. When T is 20, k over 6 times both sides by 6, so k is 120. So therefore t is equal to 120 over p. So if there are 15 painters, it's going to be t is 120 over 15. So that's going to be 8 hours. B. Okay, 10. Consider the formula that. Which of the following correctly shows P as a subject of the formula? Okay, so I'm just rearranging the equation. So see this 2, right? I want to get rid of it. So I'm going to times this and this by 2. So 2s is equal to 2wt plus P. I want P by itself. So P is equal to, I'm going to move this to the other side, will be 2s minus 2wt. I think that's D. A train left Richmond at 6:42 a.m. and arrived at Central at 8:04. The distance travelled by the train from Richmond to Central was 61 kilometres. What was the average speed of the train correct to nearest kilometres per hour? All right, so we're going from Richmond to Central like this. And at Richmond at 6:42 a.m. and we get there at 8:04. And we know the distance is 61 kilometres per hour. Oh, sorry, 61 kilometers, I mean. We're trying to work out the kilometers per hour. So obviously we've got to work out, all right, what's the time traveled? So it's 4 minutes to 8 going back. And it's, I think, 18 minutes to 7. And so 7 to 8, this will be 1 hour. So it's going to be 1 hour and 22 minutes. That's total travel time. And we're looking for speed. So speed is equal to distance over time. So speed is equal to 61 over. So this time is in hours and minutes, but I all want it in terms of hours, right? So I just do 1 and 22 over 60 in the calculator, and that will sort it out. So 61 divided by 1 and 22 over 60. So it should be 44.6. So 45. Question 12. A survey of 370 people was conducted to investigate the association between watching anime and the age of a person. The two-way table shows the responses collected. Alright, so we've got watching and age. Approximately what percentage of the over 30s watch anime? Okay, so kind of tricky. What percentage of the over 30s? So I'm only looking for these ones. What percentage of these ones watch anime? Well, watch anime is 34. So it's going to be 34 over 157, and I want a percentage, so I times 100. So that is going to be 21.65, so 22%. Okay, 13. Jose takes out a loan of 9 grand. Simple interest is charged. The loan and the interest will be repaid, making monthly repayment of $300 over 4 years. What is the simple interest rate per annum? Okay, so how much does he repay, right? He repays $300 every month for 4 years. So that's going to be $14,400. That's how much he repays. But he's only borrowed 9 grand, right? He's only borrowed 9 grand, so the interest will be the difference. So the interest is equal to 5,400. And so simple interest is I is equal to PRN. So 5,400 is equal to 9,000, the principal, times the rate times 4 years. I'm going to get this and this to the other side because I want R by itself. So that's 9,000 times 4. So 5,400 over 9,000 times 4 times 100. So that's 15%. Alright, sweet. At 14, year 11 is making pizzas to raise money for charity. The cost and revenue in dollars, or the cost and revenue are in dollars, when X pizzas are sold. So here's your cost and your revenue equation. Enough pizzas are sold so a profit is made. By how much does the profit increase for each additional pizza sold? Alright, well I know profit. I know profit is revenue minus cost. That's 8x minus 2.5x plus 6, like so. Now, if you're all right with algebra, let's expand this out. It'll be 8x minus 2.5x. This will make that a negative. So what's 8 minus 2.5? So 8 minus 2.5 is 5.5x minus 6 is my profit equation. Plain. Now it says, by how much does the profit increase for each additional pizza sold? Well, let's just try out some numbers. So let's say I'm selling 3 pizzas and I want to compare it to 4 pizzas. So what's the difference? When I sell 3 pizzas, I make $10.50. And when I sell 4 pizzas, I make $16. So the difference has to be this minus this. That's 5.5. That's B. All right, last question of multi-choice. So some data are used to create a box plot shown. There's a box plot. A histogram is created from the same set of data. Which of these histograms is not possible for the given box plot? Okay, so I'm looking at this and it's symmetrical. But these are also all symmetrical. And these are bimodal. So this one kind of looks evenly spread. I mean, this distance here maybe is a little bit shorter. So it might be more wide between the Q1 and Q3. That's what I'm thinking. Because like this is the lowest, right? This is Q1, Q2 or the median, Q3 and the highest. So it looks like the distance between like the lower quartile and upper quartile and the distance between the ends is shorter than the distance between Q1 and Q2 and Q2 and Q3, meaning most of it seems to be congregated in the middle. All right, now I know there's no values here, but what if we just made some up? So, okay, let's say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so hypothetically speaking, there's 2 1s. So there's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 2s, 2 3s, 2 4s, 2 5s, 3 6s, and 2 7s. So do I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16? Yeah, so 2, 5, 7, 9, 11, 14, 16. Okay, sweet, that's all the numbers there. So hypothetically speaking, where are the quartiles? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think this will be the median, right? So the median is here because I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so it's not there. The median is here, I think. This 4, I think. Oh wait, no, it can't be. It's got to be in between because there's an even amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think that's it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What if it's just that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here. So if it's the median's here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, sorry. I don't know why that took so long. So that's Q2, which is 4. What's Q3 going to be? Oh, what's Q3 going to be? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Here. So that's Q3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it is here. So that's Q1. All right, so I'm looking at this, and the reason I'm thinking it can't be this, right, is because if I draw my box like this, and then my ends like this, everything's even. As in the distance between the lowest to Q1 is the same as the distance between Q1 and Q2, same as distance between there and there. But here it's shorter than this whole box, so it's all right, it's not A. It's a bit painful, but yeah, I think this might be the way to do this that I can think of right now anyway. I'm sure there's a faster way that we could just reason it out, but right now, I CBF. So let's do B. So B, like, what is there? There's, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 3 ones, 2 twos, 1 3, 4 fours, 1 5, 2 sixes, and 3 sevens. Alright, so let's make sure I got 6. I'm assuming they're all going to be 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Alright, sweet. So 3 plus 2 is 5, 6, 10, 11, 13, 16. Alright, sweet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here, here, I think is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I've done it again. It's here. This is the median here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So this is Q2. Now I think this might be the same thing because look, it's symmetrical on either side. Well, let's just do this. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So here would be Q3. Now once again, I already know this is not going to be the one because this distance, this box to this distance is the same distance. So it's not going to be that one. Okay, so I can scratch off B as well. So now I know what I'm looking for. I don't need to do the whole thing. I just got to look at one end to see if they're the same or different. Now this one's interesting because there's a missing gap. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 2 1s, 4 2s, 2 3s, no 4s, 2 5s, 1, 2, 3, 4 6s, and 2 7s. So is it in here? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so it's in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's all right. So once again, this is not going to be it too because it's Q2, Q3 is the same distance between the upper and lower ends. So I'm hoping it is D. All right, let's do this. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1 1, 2 2s, 4 3s, 2 4s, 4 5s, 2 6s, and 1 7. So where is the median? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, so what's this? 1 2 3 4. Okay, so if I look here, so I think it's there. So Q2 and Q3, right? All the distance there is just 4 and 5. It's 1 unit. So this box plot, imagine that 4, that's 5. That's really actually, oh, I shouldn't do it. I'll do it smaller. So imagine this was a number line. That's 4, that's 5. This box plot is going to be like this. Okay, and then 7, 6, 7. This is further out. So see how that distance is longer than this distance here, which is Q2 and Q3. So no reason that answer is going to be D. All right, we made it to part 2 or section 2. So let's keep going. All right, 16. A network of towns and the distances between them in kilometers is shown. What is the shortest path from T to H? Okay, so I'm trying to get from T to H here. Okay, so let's say I go up here. I get 30. Now I either have 38 or I can go down here. That's 15 plus 20. That's 35, so cancel that. So that's a possibility. I think if I come down here, that's 23 already. I could do this. Oh, let me write this down actually. I'm going to lose track. So TWH is, what's that? 30 plus 35, 65. TJ... WH, I think that's the only small one. So let's just test this out. So what's this? 23 plus 32 plus 25 plus 20. That's 100. That's no good. So I think the shortest path is this. So TWH. B, a truck driver needs to travel from Y to G but knows that the road from C to G is closed. Okay, so this one, scratch that. What is the length of the shortest path the truck driver can take from Y to G after the road is closed? So I'm going from Y all the way down to G. I'm taking the shortest path. So Once again, I've got this. That's 35. This is 40. So I could do this, right? That's 40 plus 25 plus 25. What's that? So 40 plus 50. Oh. It says 90 there. So what's that? Y, W, C, M, G. That's 90. Or I've got this one, I suppose. So Y, W, and then down here. Or, you know, like this. So what's that? So 15 plus 20. 15 plus 20. Plus 29 plus 25. That's 89. I think that's it. So what did I say? Y, W. Here, 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 here. 89. So Y, W, H, M, H, M, G. Question 17. The cost of electricity is $30.13 per kilowatt hour. Calculate the cost of using a 650 watt air conditioner for 6 hours. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, so that there is, how much is that dollars? So 30.13 divided by 100. That is 0.3013. That is going to be in kilowatts, 0.65 kilowatts, and this is 6 hours. So I just multiply all these, right? So I think, yeah, 6 hours. So times 0.3013 times 6. So total cost is $1.18. Alright, 18. The network diagram shows the weighted edges here. By drawing a minimum spanning tree, determine its weight. Okay, so minimum spanning tree, let's say I'll start here. And then I've got to choose the next smallest one, so it's not making a loop. So 1. So I've got 2 twos to choose from. Let's just say I choose this one. The next one, smallest, is 3. Next smallest is 1. Next smallest is 3. Next smallest is 4, I think, yeah. And then 4 here. So that is my diagram. So what's the weight here? Okay, so 2 plus 4 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 4. I think that's it. Plus 3 plus 4 plus 4, 24. Alright, B, is it possible to find another spanning tree with the same weight? Give a reason for your answer. Is it possible to find another spanning tree of the same weight? Okay, so, well, yeah, I mean, remember this decision we had to make. So we either had to choose this 2 or this 2. Well, I could easily just replace that with this. So yes, I can. I can replace FC with BC. So yes, FC turns into BC. All right, 19. A teacher was exploring the relationship between students' marks for an assignment and their marks for a test. The data for 5 different students are shown on the graph. The least squares regression line is also shown. Question A, what is the equation of the least squares regression line? Okay, so they've given us a line here, so I just got to find some couple points, right? So I've got this point here, what's that? 10, 20. And this point here, which is 0, 6, it looks like. So my gradient is rise over run, so it's 20 minus 6 over 10 minus 0. 20 minus 6 over 10 minus 0. That's 1.4. So y is equal to 1.4x plus the y-intercept, which is 6. So that's it. Y is equal to 1.4x plus 6. Question B. Another student whose marks are not on the graph scored 5 and 12 on the test. Did this student do a better or worse on the test than the regression line predicts? Provide an answer for your reason. Provide a reason for your answer. Okay, so 5 and 12. 5 and 12. Okay, so his mark is here. And as you can see, his mark is under the line of regression. So he did worse. Did worse because his score is below the regression line. All right, question 20. The table shows the future value of $1 annuity for varying interest rates. So that's pretty stock standard. Can invest $200 at the start of each year for 8 years. $200 at the start of each year for 8 years at an interest rate of 5% per annum. Calculate the future value. Okay, so $200, 8 years, 5% per annum. So 5%, 8 years, that's my interest factor. So it will be 200 times 10.0266. Which is $2,005.32. All right, Shay is planning to take a holiday in 3 years. She needs $4,500 for this holiday and makes regular 6 monthly repayments into an account that earns an interest rate of 4% per annum, compounded 6 monthly. What is the minimum amount Shay needs to pay into this account every 6 months? Give your answer to the nearest $10. Okay, so 3 years is what she wants. That's $4,500 that she needs. 4% per annum, so that's 2% is the rate. And every 6 months means 6 periods, right? Because there's two 6 month periods in a year. So that's 6 periods. So I need, let's switch this up, 6 periods at 2%, which is this. And because I need to get to 4,500, it's going to be 4,500 divided by 6.4343. So that's $621.67. I think. Oh, 45. No, cancel. It's 699.38. So that's $700. All right, 21. William has a reducing balance loan, which he owes $5,590. He makes monthly repayments of $110. The loan company charges 24% per annum compounded monthly. Whoa. The spreadsheet shows some of the information for the next 2 months of the loan. Complete the entries on the spreadsheet. Okay, so here's his principal. So it's principal, interest, amount repaid. So this plus this minus this equals this. So what's the first one? So 5590 plus 111.8 minus 110. So this is going to be 5591.8, and I can bring this down to month 2, 5591.8. Okay, now we're going to work out the interest charge. So it's 24% per annum compounded monthly. So that is 24 divided by 12. That's 2%. And because I'm just doing it per month, I don't need to put in the formula. I just can do simple interest going across the cells. So I'm going to times this by 0.02. That's going to give me 111.84. So the balance owing will be plus the principal, 5591.8, minus the repayment. So that's 5593.64. 5593.64. So it looks like he is not paying it down. Okay, interesting. All right, B. Explain why the loan will never be repaid if William continues to make repayments of $110. Well, basically, the interest is accruing or growing at a faster rate than the repayment. So the balance is just not going down enough because the interest on it is too much. All right, 22. The graph shows the population of 2 different animals, W and K, in a conservation park over time. The y-axis is the size of the population and the x-axis is the number since 1985. Population W is modeled by this and population K is modeled by that. So here we've got 2 graphs. One's going up, one's going down. Complete the table using the information provided. So A is 34, that's telling us that. So that's like the starting point here. What's B? B, it looks like B is going to be 250, 260, 270, 280. Okay, percentage yearly change in population. Okay, so looking at this one, right? When it goes up, it's compound interest. So it's 1 plus something is equal to 1 plus something is 1.055. So that something's obviously 0.055. They want a percentage, so I need to times that by 100. So 0.055 times 100. So it's 5.5%. And what about this one? Well, this one, because it's declining, it's like declining balance. It's 1 minus something gave us 0.97. Well, it's obviously 0.03. So it's going to be, it's going down 3%. Okay, so the predicted population when x is equal to 50 for W. Okay, so I know I'm using this formula here. And it's telling me that A is 34. So I just got to go 34 times 1.055 to the power of 50. So 494.4. 494.4. Done. All right, 23. Zazu works a 38-hour week and is paid an hourly rate of $45 per hour. It's very high. Any overtime hours are paid at time and a half. In a particular week, Zazu works a regular 38-hour weeks and some overtime, and she earns $2,790. How many hours of overtime did Zazu work that week? All right, well, let's just take away the 38 hours. So in 38 hours, she earns how much? In 38 hours, she earns 1710. So this is like the regular. Okay, that's the regular. So what's left over? So what's left over will be 2790 minus 1710, which is 1080. And this is the overtime money. That's the overtime money. So of the 1080, she works $45 at 1.5. So her hourly rate is 45 times 1.5, which is 67.5. And if she's doing $67.5 per hour and she makes 1080, it'll be 1 divided by the other. So this is 16 hours. All right, 24. Sarah, a 60 kilogram female, consumes 3 glasses of wine at a family dinner over 2.5 hours. There are 1.2 standard drinks per glass of wine, okay? That's the BAC you should be very familiar with. Calculate the BAC at the end of dinner, correct to 3 decimal places. Okay, so she's done 3 glasses of wine and each glass is 1.2 standard drinks. So that's 3 times 1.2, which is 3.6 standard drinks, or N, I should say. So putting in this formula, it's going to be 10 times 3.6 minus 7.5 times the number of hours, which is 2.5, over 5.5 times her weight in kilograms. So 10 times 3.6 minus 7.5 and 2.5. 5.5 times 60, okay. So her BAC is 0.0522, 3 decimal places. Don't need that one. So 0.052. B, the time it takes a person's BAC to reach 0 is given by this formula. Calculate the time it takes for Sarah's BAC to return to 0, assuming she stops drinking after 2.5 hours. Okay, well, her BAC is 0.052 over 0.015. So it's going to be 3 hours, 28 minutes. All right, 25. Alex and June each invest $1,800 for 5 years. Alex's investment earns simple interest at 7.5% per annum. Jun's investment earns interest at 6% per annum compounded quarterly. By calculating the interest earned over 5 years, determine who has a greater amount. All right, let's work this out. So here we got Alex, Jun. This is pretty straightforward, it looks like. So what's this? 1,800 I equals PRN for Alex because it's simple interest. So his interest is going to be 1,800 times 0.075 times 5. $675. So his total will be 675 plus 1,800. 2,475. All right, Jun's compound interest. So his 1,800, 1 plus 0.06 to the power, quarterly, so divided by 4. Yeah, almost missed that. And then, so 5 times 4. That's how many quarters it is. 1 plus 0.06 divided by 4 to the power of 5 times 4. So this is 2424.34. So who has more money? It is Alex. All right, guys, we're back. Bit of a wardrobe change. But we're up to question 26. So a sheet of metal is folded to make a gutter as shown. The cross-section of the gutter is a rectangle of width W and height H. Okay, so we've got the diagram here. That's the formula for the area of the cross-section. And here's the graph as shown. Question says, find the width and the height of the rectangle which give the greatest possible area. Okay, so they've graphed the area and the width. So obviously the max is going to be halfway between 0 and 40, which is going to be 20. So when the width is 20, that gives us the maximum area. So when the width is 20, what's the area? It's minus 0.5 times 20 squared plus 20 times 20. All right, so pop that in the calc. It's minus 0.5, 20 squared plus 20 times 20. Oh, goof that. Okay, that gives 200. So the area is 200 when the width is 20. Now, because it's height times width, that means if the width is 20, the height has to be 10, right? So the width is 20 and the height is 10. Done. All right, 27. A couple borrows 30 grand to be repaid in equal monthly repayments of $280 over 10 years. So 280 over 10 years. After following this repayment plan for 5 years, they decide to decrease their monthly repayment to 250. As a result, it will take them an additional 2 years to pay off their loan. How much more will they repay by making this change? All right, so let's say they don't switch it up, right? So for 10 years, if they need to repay $280 times 12 for months and then times 10 years, so they should have paid 280 times 12 times 10. They should pay back 33,600, so 33,600. That means the interest, right, has to be minus 30,000. So the interest is going to be 3,600 if they didn't change. But they did. So after 5 years, so for the first 5, they're still going to be doing 280 times 12 months times 5. But they decided to decrease their monthly repayment to 250. As a result, it takes them 2 more years. So let's call it the next 7 years, 5 years plus 2 years, is 250 times 12 months times 7. So that will be the total. So 280 times 12 times 5 plus 250 times 12 times 7. So 37,800 is what they need to pay back. But because the principal is 30 grand, the interest is going to be 7,800. And as you can see, the difference is going to be 7,800 minus 3,600. So the difference is 4,200. So they're going to pay an extra 4,200. 28. Flowers were planted in 2 gardens, Garden A and Garden B. On a particular day, 25 flowers were randomly selected from each garden and their heights measured in millimeters. The data are represented in 2 parallel box plots. Compare 2 data sets by examining the skewness of the distributions and the measures of central tendency and the spread. Okay, so we've got a few things we need to compare. So we got Garden A and Garden B. So what's the first thing? We've got skew. Then we've got central tendency in this case, because central tendency is mean, median, mode, but because it's a box plot, you're only going to get the median. And then the spread. So when they talk about spread, what we're saying is what's the range and what's the interquartile range. So let's just cover both bases. All right, now the skew here, see how it is really spread out here and then concentrated here. So this is going to be negatively skewed for A, skewed. And for B, this will be the opposite. That will be positively skewed, because it's more concentrated towards this end here. So this is positive skew. All right, so the median is higher. So the median for A is 171, it looks like. And the median for B is 152. So as you can see, 171 is bigger than that. So greater than. All right, so the spread. I suppose this one, it just says compare. So I'll just be more precise this time. I'm not sure exactly what they're looking for, but the range here, what's that? So that's 184 minus 144, it looks like. So the range is about 40, which is going to be greater than garden B, because the range in garden B, plain. 173 minus, what's this? 144. So 29. So once again, the range is greater. And what's the interquartile range? So interquartile range is 176, take away 159. So that's about 17. And then what's it on this side? This one's about 158, I'm going to say. Take away 144. That's 14. So once again, the range and interquartile range is greater for 8. All right, 29. The graph shows the decreasing value of an asset. So here's the value, number of years. For the first 4 years, the value of the asset depreciates by $1,500 per year using straight line. After the 4th year, the method of depreciation changes to declining balance, 35%. What is the total depreciation? What is the total depreciation at the end of 10 years? Okay, so what's it gone down in 10 years? So, all right, let's break this down. So I think a table method is really good. So if you guys can get used to doing that, that's great. It's helpful. So first 4 years, it's gone down 1,500 times 4. So it's gone down $6,000 in the first 4 years. And then the next 6 years. All right, so the next 6 years, what's it worth? It's going to be 50,000 minus, so 44,000. Okay, and it's going down by 1 minus 0.35%. Oh, sorry, 0.35 is a decimal for the next 6. So I'm going to times that by 1 minus 0.35 to the power of 6. So in the end, it's worth 3,318.43. So what's its depreciation? It's going to be 44,000 minus answer. So it's gone down $40,681. So in total, we're going to add this and this. What is the total depreciation? So it's going to be 46,681. So it's gone down quite a bit. All right, 30. So a researcher is studying anacondas, a type of snake. Thank you very much. A data set recording the age in years and length in centimeters of females and males as displayed. So here you've got your females and males. What else? Write 3 observations about anacondas that may be made from the scatterplot. Okay. Interesting question. Not seen one of these. Okay, so no calculations required. I guess, what can we say? We can say females grow larger than males. What else can we say? We say 3 observations from the scatterplot. Let's say after age 4, the females like kind of keep growing at a higher rate. Females grow more or higher rate. This because the males kind of seem to plateau, but the females kind of do this. Now, I don't know if I should say that's linear or not, because the males clearly do not look linear. And let's just say I don't really know for this last one. Let's say between 0 and 4 they seem to grow at the fastest rate. That's what I'm going to say, because this gradient here is super small, whereas that one's still pretty big, but nothing like here. So let's say both male and female grow fastest from 0 to 4 years. 31. A coin is biased so that it is twice as likely to land on heads than it is tails. What is the probability of obtaining a head with one throw of the coin? Well, it's twice as likely. It's twice as likely. So what can we say? It's twice as likely. Well, one way we could do it, we could say like probability is out of 2, right? Because it's a coin. So let's say the coin is biased so that it's twice as likely to land on heads than it is tails. So let's say tails is probability over 2, because we don't know what the probability is. And heads is going to be 2 times that. So 2 times p on 2. So that's p. That's a probability of p. And I know that this probability plus this probability should be 1, because total probability is out of 1. So when I add these up, okay, so I'm going to get, make it one denominator, so 2 and 2. This will stay p, this will be 2p is equal to 1. So 3p over 2 is equal to 1. 3p is equal to 2, so probability is 2 over 3. So probability of heads is 2 over 3. This is heads. That means tails has to be a third. Okay, and as you can see, it's double. So the probability of tails is 1/3, and the probability of heads is double that, which is 2/3. So what is the probability of obtaining a head with one throw? So that has to be 2 over 3. In 2 throws of a coin, what is the probability of obtaining at least one head? Okay, so tree diagram quickly. So head, tails, head, tails, head, tails. Now remember, whenever it says at least one head, it's the same as saying the probability, 1 minus the probability of no head. 1 minus the probability of no head. So no head is obviously going to be tails, tails. So I'm looking for 1 minus the probability of tails times the probability of tails. So that is 1 minus 1 on 9. That's 8 on 9. All right, 32. A regular pentagon ABCDE is drawn inside a circle with radius of 30 centimeters. I'll pop that in. O is at the center. What is the area of the shaded region of the circle? All right, that looks pretty straightforward. So area of the circle minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 triangles. So the pentagon is going to be 5 times half AB sine C, remember? Area of a triangle. So 5 times a half, 30, 30, 30, 30 sine 72. All right, so what's that? So 5 times 0.5 times sine, times 30 times sine 72. 2139.88, let's call it. So that's the pentagons, 5 pentagons. And the area of the circle is pi r squared. So pi times 30 squared, which is that, 2827.43. And obviously we're looking for the difference. So I'm going to do the circle, take away the pentagon, dodgy pentagon. So take away 2139.88. So that is 687.55. That is your area. 2 significant figures. So first significant is 6. This one is going to make this 8 and 9. So 690 centimeters squared. All right, 33. Wombats can run at a speed of 40 kilometers per hour over short distances. At this speed, how many seconds would it take a wombat to run 150 meters? Seems very simple for 3 marks. But let's do it. Okay, so this is in kilometers per hour. That's in meters. So we need to change kilometers per hour to meters per second. So hopefully you remember the magic number is 3.6. 40 divided by 3.6. So it's 11.11 blah, blah, blah meters per second. and he's running 150 meters. So how many seconds would it take? It's going to be 150 over 11.1. So he's going to take this wombat 13.5 seconds. All right, that's rapid. All right, 34. A container for soccer balls is made using 2 half spheres joined at each end of a cylindrical body, as you can see. 3 soccer balls fit exactly inside the container. Each ball has a diameter of 23 centimeters. The hemispherical ends of the container just touch the surface of the soccer balls. Okay, so it just touches there. What is the total surface area of the container? All right, so clearly I've got a cylinder with no ends. So hopefully you remember the cylinder with no ends is 2 pi r h. That's the surface area of the curved bit. And as for the spheres, well, you got 2 hemispheres. That's 1 sphere. That's 4 pi r squared. Okay, so I just need that in my formula. All right, so 2 pi radius, which is 23 divided by 2, 11.5. And I need the height of this. Okay, well, the height of this cylinder is going to be 23 plus another 23. So what's that? 46. And I need to add on the hemisphere, the sphere, 4 pi times 11.5 squared. Pop that in the calc. Times 46 plus 4 pi times 11.5 squared. All right, so I think the area should be 4985.7 centimeters squared. All right, 35. So a random variable is normally distributed with a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1. The table gives the probability that this random variable is less than z. All right, so we've got a table here that you should be familiar with. Okay, z giving that area below. The scores in a university exam with a large number of candidates are normally distributed with a mean of 58 and a standard deviation of 15. By first calculating the z-score, find the percentage of scores between 58 and 70. Okay, so the z-score, remember, is x minus x bar over standard deviation. And here you got 2 scores. You have 58 and 70. Okay, so 58 will be 58 minus 58 over 15. So that's going to be a z-score of 0. And this will be 70 minus 58 over 15. What's that? So 0.8. So the percentage of scores between 0.8 and 0, well 0 is 50%, right? That's 0.5. And this one gives 0.7881. So the difference has to be 0.7881 minus 0.5. So that is 0, or as a percentage, times 100. So 28.81%. Question B, explain why the percentage of scores between 46 and 70 is twice the answer to part A. Okay, so if this is 78, I'm guessing the same distance is going to be 46. So yeah, look, the standard deviation is 15, right? So 78 minus 15 should give 48. There you go. So basically that's 46 actually. Oh, 70, sorry, 70. 70 minus 15 minus 70 minus 15 minus 15, yeah, is 4. What? All right, let's find the z-score for 46. So what's the z-score for 46? 46 minus 58 over 15. 46 minus 58 over 15. Oh, it's minus 0.8. There you go. So it's symmetrical, right? Because it's symmetrical, it's going to be double. That's why. So we're going to say symmetrical. By using the values in the table above, find the approximate minimum score that a candidate would need to be placed in the top 10%. Okay, so the top 10%, what score would they need to be placed in the top 10%? Well, the top 10% is going to give a z-score of 1.3. So I need 1.3 is equal to the score minus the mean, 58, over standard deviation. Top 10%, right? Because that's basically as close as we're going to get. So times both sides by 15, so 13, oh no, 1.3 times 15 is 19.5 is equal to 8 minus 58. So plus 58 to the other side. So x is 77.5. Alright, 36. The diagram shows two vertical flagpoles, BE and CD. So BE and CD. What is the height of the flagpole BE? Okay, I think that's just a straightforward sine rule question. So we've got BE, like this, over sine 27 is equal to 53.8 over sine 106. So cross multiply, so BE is going to be 53.8 over sine 106. That's 25.4. That's 25.4. Right, B, what is the height of flagpole CD correct to 1 decimal place? Okay, so I can tell that the distance here is the same. If that is 106, then this little angle, because it's a straight line, has to be 74 in here. So I'm thinking, I know that's 25.4, so why don't I find this little distance here? Find that little distance here, so bx in other words. So, and this is 20. So it's going to be tan 74 degrees is equal to 20 over bx. So bx is equal to 20 over tan 74. 20 over tan 74. So that's 5.73. So the difference, EX, has to be, because EX is the same as CD, so EX is the same as CD here. So EX has to be 25.4 minus 5.73. So EX equals 19.67. So CD is 19.67. Done. Alright, 37th. Sakura will travel from Sydney to Rio. The flight from Sydney to Rio is 20 hours. The flight will arrive at Rio at 3 p.m. on Wednesday, the 20th of July. On what day and what time should Sakura leave Sydney? Okay, so as you can tell, if we draw a real quick diagram, Rio is here, Sydney is here. Now, because this is minus 3, this is plus 10, the difference is going to be 13 hours. The difference is going to be 13 hours between the two cities. So when it is 3 p.m. Wednesday, the 20th of July, what time is it in Sydney? So Sydney is in front. So I've got to go ahead 13 hours. So 12 hours to get to 3 a.m. So 4 a.m. Thursday, 21st of July. So this is Sydney, simultaneous. But because you rise at Rio and the flight takes 20 hours, I've got to actually go backwards in time 20 hours. I'm going to go backwards in time 20 hours. So I'm taking away 20 hours from here. So if I go 24 hours from 4 a.m. Thursday, that's going to take me to 4 a.m. on Wednesday. Because it's only 20 hours, I've got to go forward 4 hours. So forward 4 hours from 4 a.m. is going to be 8 a.m. on Wednesday, the 20th, I'm pretty sure. I think that's the time and date she's going to leave Sydney. All right, 38. A cake is constructed using a cylinder and a cone-shaped top. The cylinder has a diameter of 30 centimeters and a height of 6. So this is top down. What's that? A radius of 15. The ratio of the volume of the cylinder to the volume of the cone is 5:1 to the cone top. The cake is to be cut into equal slices with volume of 212. How many equal slices are there? All right, well, let's just work out what's the volume of the cylinder. I mean, volume of the whole thing, if you can work it out. So the volume of the cylinder, to start off with, is pi times 15 squared times the height, which is, they tell us 6. So that is 4241.15. Now they also tell us the ratio is in 5 to 1. So the volume of the cylinder to the volume of the cone is divided by 5, right? Because it's 5 times as small. So answer divided by 5. The volume of the cone is 848.23. So the total volume, will be the both of them. So plus 4241.15, 5089.38. So that's the total volume of the cake. And each slice is 212. So divide 212. So when I divide that by 212, because they're even, you're going to get 24 slices. All right, 39. So a project involves 9 activities shown in the network diagram. The duration of the activities is not known. The following table gives the earliest start time and the latest start time for 3 activities. All times are in hours. What is the critical path? Okay, so A is here. So there's a box 0 and 2. C is down here with a box of 0 and 1. And I is all the way over here with 12 and 12. What is the critical path? Oh, well, remember, critical path where all the boxes are the same. So if it's not the same here, it's not the same here. It has to be like this. Bang. So B, E, G, I. The minimum time required for this project is 19 hours. Okay, so 19 goes here. What is duration of activity I? It has to be 19 minus 12. 7. C, the duration of activity C is 3 hours. What is the maximum amount of time that could occur between start of F and the end of H? So start of F and end of H. So we're trying to work out that. So the duration is 3 here. So if that's 3, that's going to make this 3 over here. So how much time has to go from 3 to 12? So I think that's going to be the difference. So 9 hours. Done. All right, the penultimate question. So a compass radial survey is shown. So given the AC is a straight line, find the bearing of C from O. So we want that angle here. All right, I know that's 285 and that's 360. So what's that in there? So 360 minus 285. That's 75. I don't know that angle. So let's work this out because I've got 3 sides. So let's call this theta. So cos theta, it's cosine rule by the way, is 67.5 squared. Oh no, sorry, no it's not. It is 38 squared plus 42 squared minus 67.5 squared, all over 2 times 38 times 42. So what's that? 38 squared plus 42 squared minus 67.5 squared over 2 times 38 times 42. So let's call that 115 degrees. So this, if that's 115, that's 75. This has to be 40 degrees, right? Remember, that's a straight line. So if that's 40, if that's 115, then this has to be 180 minus 115. So that's 65 there. That means this angle has to be this minus 65. So 220. So this angle in here has to be 110. Almost there. So, and then that's 40. So this is 40 and it has to get to 110. So that's 70. So the bearing is 40 plus 70 plus 110. 220, I think. All right, guys, last question. So 25 years ago, Phoenix deposited a single sum of money into a new bank account earning 2.4% interest per annum compounded monthly. Present value table is here. So Phoenix made the following withdrawals from this account. $2,000 at the end of each month of the first 15 years. $1,200 at the end of each month for the next 10 years, starting at the end of the 181st month. Calculate the minimum sum Phoenix could have deposited in order to make these withdrawals. Right, this seems super familiar, this question. But let's just do it first. So I think the key here is to recognize that you got the first 15 and then the next 10, but the next 10 isn't just 10 itself, but I'll get into that in a second. So first 15 years, it's $2,000 at the end of each month for 15 years. Now, so what's the interest factor? It's 2.4% divided by 12, which is, no, cancel. 0.024 divided by 12. So that's 0.002. That's the interest factor. And the first 15 years is 15 times 12 months. So that's 180 months. So it's going to be 2,000 times 151.036. So that is $302,072. That's the first 15. Okay, so to work out the next 10 years, what we're going to look at is we're going to look at 25. Imagine if the annuity was for 25 years, and we're going to take away the 15 years to give us that difference, because annuity works that way in terms of like you have to start from the start in order to work out how much money you would have needed at the end. So what we're trying to do is trying to work out the 25th, take away the 15th year. So the 25th is going to be $1,200 times by, now 25 years in months is going to be 300. So our interest factor is 225.430. And now we're going to minus the 15 years of the $1,200. So 1,200 times by 151.036. So what is that? So 1,200 times 225.430 minus 1,200 times 151.036. So that's 89272.8. So to work out our total present value, I need to add these two highlighted ones. So add on 302072. So your answer should be 391,344.8. Done. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. That's 2024 done. If you're watching this and you've already done it today, good luck. And if not, hopefully this helped you out for your next coming exam. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.